Hey, J-Bro's popping in here. Got a quick one, but kind of one that I never thought about making, but a guy wanted to know, so I figured I would get you the measurements. So we're talking the front plate attachment for the CR23, which by now most everybody knows is the Toro Dingo style. So here's a front plate right off the machine. So I have right here a blank plate. Don't mind the rust, but I'm going to give you the measurements of what the pin dimensions, width of things and stuff. So what you would need if you're going to make your own plate, or when you're buying one, what to expect. So what we're dealing with straight across here, as we can see, 23 inches wide is what this attachment is, from top to bottom, which is up there to basically the floor of the attachment there. You can see that 8 3/4. So with that being said, no matter what, if you're going to make one, and I'll show you on this blank plate, you're going to want space. With that being said, where these pin locations are at on the 23 inches, we're going to say, we're going to say dead center of this pin is 4 3/8. Dead center of this pin, 4 5/8, or excuse me, 18 5/8. That's where the center of the pins. Then to the heel is what I would say we're going to call it, and I'll measure this with the plate on here. So this is from here to the front of the plate. So the width from the front of the plate to the heel, by my looking, is 4 inches, maybe 3 7/8. The depth to the pin, what are we going to say that is? 1 5/8. I'll say 1 5/8. So that's the depth. So we're talking 4 inches width down here. We're talking 23 inches wide here. Height, we're talking 8 3/4. And then, like I said, pin width, sorry, I'm double checking this and redoing it for myself as much as for you. 4 3/8, 18 5/8. All right, I'm going to set you up here on the stand, and I'm going to throw that blank plate up over here, and we'll see how much extra space a guy's gonna want. So this plate I bought off auction. I had bought a separate blank plate at a different time from Titan Attachments, and that thing was really loose. So I've not tried this one here. I'm gonna see how loose this one here is. Heavy frickin' duty. That one actually feels really nice and snug, honestly. Some of these, they make them really cheap. This one here is ridiculously nice. Yeah, this one here that I got from auction for 25 bucks is super, super nice. Okay, so just kind of, because you're going to want some space in here, but like my Titan one, that must have been over to here. It was way too wide, and it was insanely, insanely sloppy from here to here. Like, you darn near needed to put spacers in down here. It was like, let's say this thing was down here, if you get the idea. This one fits actually insanely perfect. I'll give you some dimensions on this, so if you want to make your own plate, it's not that difficult here. So top to bottom, on the outside now, we're dealing with 9 3/4. Side to side, we're dealing with 24 5/8. Depth, let's see here, and you'll see how they've got this. That's where they do the bump out. So they have the bump out not as deep as I was thinking there. What are we dealing with? 4 3/4 from here to here. But how would I get you a good measurement on where you'd put that pin placement there? And let's just see what thickness of metal this is here. This is 3/8 inch metal, if you can see that there. And then we'll just say from the front of the plate here to the center of the pin, 2.5 inches. And then they give you a little bit of space. So if you were kicked to the left or to the right of this plate, you're still going to be able to get in here, because this gap here is 1 3/4 inches. And let's just see the width of this hole here for the pin. 3/4 of an inch wide on that pin. And the thing is too, like I said, another one of my attachments as well, this hole is really sloppy. And I don't want to say you want it super tight, because the new trencher I got and the new backhoe I got, they're super tight. I almost thought about grinding it out a little bit on the inside, because they're so tight going in there. But yeah, I mean, I hope that helps. I hope that's kind of like if you're looking to make your own plate. Obviously in this particular instance, they folded this metal over, and then they just welded in these side plates here. This is just a scrap metal here. This is just a scrap chunk of metal here. I don't even think you have to do that fold. I can see why you want this folded for extra strength for locking into your pin, but you could probably do a separate plate under there, I guess. I'm no welding expert, so I'm just making stuff up at this point. But yeah, that's what I would say is, the space that they've got here, you kind of want, so you can find and get your attachment in here. Let's just say there's 5/8 of an inch on either side of space. But my main thing is why I like this one here. This fits like a glove on there. There's not all this slop under here. So this is important to have this snugged up in there. But yeah, I hope that helps. I hope the measurements are there, what you need. And how far did they come over here on this side? I guess I didn't get those. So by the time you're there, it's 2 inches from here to here on this slope back. Let's just say that's 2 3/8 metal there, deep. That angle, I'm assuming that's a 45. Yeah, well, but obviously if you're gonna have this plate, you'll be able to figure out the angle. You could just hold your metal up there, scribe it on the back. But yeah, that's kind of the dimensions and whatnot. I hope all that made sense. If I didn't get you the exact specs that you were looking for, please holler back to me. But yeah, please like, subscribe, comment down below. J-Bros out.